So hi everyone.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel.
So today we have
A very special guest.
Mr. Ankur Talwar, who is a very well-known socialite from Delhi, and he belongs to the LGBTQ community. So we'll be asking about things, discussing things about LGBTQ. So Mr. Ankur.
Hi guys, really excited to be here on this podcast. Also feeling very special to be the first guest and happy to talk about LGBTQ community and the challenges and all the exciting things.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Chalo, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
So Ankur, how are you?
Very well, yeah. It's a beautiful Sunday, sunny. The weather is changing, and so yeah, out here with you too.
Good. And we have been like together. We know each other from past, I think, more than 10 years now, a decade.
Yeah. More than a decade.
हम लोग काफी ट्रिप्स पे गए हुए हैं. मतलब मैं तो एक बार गया हूँ.
तुम एक ही बार गए हो.
ये लोग काफी बार गए.
तुम्हें एक ही बार बुलाया गया था.
हाँ, हमने बहुत ट्रिप्स करी हैं साथ में, बहुत ट्रैवल किया है, बहुत पार्टी करी है.
बहुत पार्टीज करी है.
So coming to our topic, LGBTQ. So my first question is like,
When did you discover about this? कि आपको कब पता चला that आपकी preferences थोड़ी अलग है इस चीज़ को लेकर?
So I'm a 80s kid.
80s,
So
okay.
by the time I was in early 90s, I was already in my teens. तो उस टाइम तक ना उस टाइम पे इंटरनेट था, ना उस टाइम पे कोई ग्रुप्स थे, बिल्कुल भी अवेयरनेस नहीं थी, पता नहीं था होता क्या ये. तो at that time I remember I used to watch these movies and where I would see these actors and I would get attracted to them.
okay.
और तब मुझे लगता था कि ये शायद कोई बीमारी है मुझे. मतलब एक्चुअली किसी और के साथ होता नहीं है. एवरीबडी इज गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू गर्ल्स, व्हाई एम आई गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू बॉयज. तो मैंने उस फेज को सप्रेस करने की कोशिश करी बहुत. आई थॉट इट्स अ पासिंग फेज, ये हो जाएगा, शायद सबको ही होता होगा ऐसा. बट आई सॉ इन द स्कूल में भी ऑल द बॉयज लाइक गर्ल्स. तो आई वाज वेरी कन्विंस्ड कि ये तो कोई बीमारी जो चली जाएगी. एंड आई tried taking interest in girls and all that, and I even kissed a girl in school.
Okay.
But when I did that, I realized I didn't enjoy it at all. I was still getting attracted to guys. और उसके बाद जब तो उस टाइम मुझे चला पता लग गया था कि कुछ ना कुछ तो है गड़बड़. बट 90s के एंड मतलब 2001 में एट दैट टाइम साइबर कैफे वगैरह होते थे.
राइट.
तो मैं एक बार साइबर कैफे में गया और वहाँ पे याहू मैसेंजर तब बहुत चलता था. तो याहू मैसेंजर में बहुत सारे चैट रूम्स होती थी फॉर स्ट्रेट पीपल टू.
राइट.
So certainly one of the chat rooms I was there, I was just sitting, और certainly I am male to male. तो मुझे वो चीज़ बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगी. तो मैंने बंदे को मैसेज किया और तो उससे मैंने उसी वही मैसेंजर बात वगैरह. कोई उस टाइम पे अपना असली नाम, असली फोटो वगैरह कोई नहीं चाहता.
ASL.
हाँ.
What is ASL? Age, sex, location.
ASL चाहता था. ASL वो तो मुझे पता ही ना होता क्या. then realize much later what is ASL. तो वहाँ से फिर मुझे एक लड़का मिला. उसने मुझे बोला कि ऐसे इट्स फाइन एंड आई विल गाइड यू एंड इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. यू नो, आई टोल्ड हिम मुझे लगता है कि मुझे ये बीमारी है. इट्स लाइक इट्स नॉट बीमारी, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल. देयर आर मेनी पीपल लाइक दिस एंड यू आर गे.
But that was the first time you actually spoke to someone about it.
Yeah.
Or
You were in your teenage.
But I was in like 12th at that time.
Okay.
Class 12. तो उस टाइम पे फर्स्ट टाइम आई रियलाइज. उसके बाद जब इंटरनेट में वो ग्रुप मिला, उसके बाद उन्होंने बोला कि देयर इज़ अ चैट, देयर इज़ अ प्लेटफॉर्म, एक वेबसाइट है जहाँ पे मेल टू मेल का वो होता है, लाइक गाइज मीट, गे गाइज मीट. सो दैट टाइम दैट वेबसाइट वाज अब उसको प्लैनेट रोमियो कहते हैं, बट पहले वो था गाइज फॉर मेन करके.
अच्छा.
तो आई वेंट ऑन दैट एंड आई सॉ कि हाँ में काफ़ी सारे लड़के हैं. और फिर कुछ लोगों से तब मोबाइल फोन वगैरह नहीं होते थे, बट द गाइज वर वेरी केयरिंग. तो मतलब बहुत छोटा कम्युनिटी था उस टाइम पे ऑनलाइन. मतलब उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे शायद 12 या 16 एनी गिवन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम 12 या 10 लोग होंगे. बट तब अगर इसे बात करो तो एवरीबडी वुड बी लाइक कंसर्न्ड अबाउट ईच अदर कि वी हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट ईच अदर, वी हैव टू बी देयर फॉर ईच अदर. तो वहाँ से मुझे काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस मिला एंड दैट्स हाउ आई figured that I am also getting attracted to men and then things.
तो ये एक्सेप्टेंस आपको तभी आई 2001 2002
हाँ, बिल्कुल. उससे पहले तो लग रहा था ये कोई बीमारी है.
अच्छा.
और ये नॉर्मल नहीं है और ये टाइम के साथ चली जाएगी. बट उसके बाद बिकॉज अंदर तो यही होता है बिकॉज आई वाजंट गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू गर्ल्स एट ऑल. इट वाज ऑलवेज मेन एंड गाइज. बट फिर जब ये हो गया कि नो देयर आर मोर पीपल लाइक दैट, तब एक श्योरिटी हो गई कि नो दिस इज व्हाट इट
तो
इज।
ये स्कूल में आपको कोई इश्यूज फेस करने पड़े इस चीज़ को लेके, दैट गाइज यूज्ड टू मेक फन, और
तो कभी
आपको
ऐसा हुआ
दूसरी
है
तरीके
like-
से देखा गया हो कि
हाँ,
नहीं
कभी आपके साथ
he's
ये
gay,
हुआ है
he
कि
like-
कि आपका किसी ने मजाक उड़ाया हो?
किसी ने आप पे हिट
हाँ,
किया
लेकिन-
हो अननेसेसरली?
मतलब कोई वो नहीं, हिट तो कोई
Bully
नहीं करता।
basically,
हाँ।
bully.
बोल
No, so I was
Bullying.
never bullied. I was a feminine kid, but as such bully नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे मेरी कुछ like तो थोड़ा सा चलना मेरा weird था, थोड़े hand movements were like weird, so people used to make fun of it, that how are you walking, what are you doing, but nobody used to say that तू कि you like lack of a better word कि तू छक्का है या तू गे है या था गे, तो किसी को पता नहीं था गे होता क्या है। Nobody would even utter that word. The word was छक्का for anyone who is a non-conformist man.
राइट।
So ये होता था, तो एज सच बुली नहीं हुआ, बट हाँ कभी कभी कोई जैसे फैमिली में भी किसी रिलेटिव के घर गए किसी गैदरिंग में, बोले कैसे चल रहा है लड़कियों जैसे, तो दैट द मैक्स दैट आई फेस।
तो वो फैमिली में एक्सेप्टेंस कब आई उस चीज़ की?
आई थिंक पता तो था ही, नॉट दैट तो नहीं पता था, बट मैंने ऑफिशियली कभी एडमिट नहीं किया बिकॉज आई वाज मोर बिजी विद माय करियर, जॉब, other things, and I didn't feel कि it was necessary for me to tell them till the time there wasn't a need, and so that's why I told them when I was almost 32, 33, and that's when I told my mom, and anyway my family is quite liberal, so they were okay with it. Like initially वो थोड़े से वो concerns थे कि क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, who will be with you forever, बाद में कौन देखेगा, जो हमारे इंडियन फैमिलीज में सबके कंसर्न होते हैं, बुढ़ापे में कौन देखेगा, तो बट इट वाज वेरी इजी, लाइक आई डिडंट फेस एनी प्रॉब्लम विद फैमिली।
अब आफ्टर दिस थिंग इज लीगलाइज्ड नाउ, सो व्हाट डू यू सी आफ्टर,
What changes do you see? आपको क्या लगता है कि now it's easier for people or like it's the same thing?
एंड अब जब ये लीगलाइज हो गया है तो अब डू यू प्लान to stay with someone as a partner, or you have started feeling कि हाँ I should also get someone in my life permanently kind of?
So I think there are two things. One is that it's legalized, that now it if a man has sex with another man, then
मतलब
they
even the
cannot
marriage
put behind bars. But marriage is not legalized.
Marriage is not legalized.
No.
There is no concept of gay marriage in India.
But people are getting married. I've seen so many
People are getting married,
That's
but
ceremonial marriage. Like आप
Okay.
जाके माला exchange कर ली, मतलब the government will not recognize it. It's not a
अच्छा.
state recognized marriage. You're doing it for your security and for your love for each other.
Okay.
But there is no this thing, because even if like tomorrow I get married to a guy, I don't have any rights on his property or other rights that the government of India grants to a married couple.
Okay.
So I can't have a right on the property, or we cannot have like equal sharing. So those kind of things are there. So those are the weddings that you see nowadays. These are all ceremonial weddings,
Okay.
and some people who are NRIs, Indians who are residing in other countries where it's legalized, of course they are getting married and it's like a proper marriage for them.
For them, the rights are
Yeah, as
same.
per the law of their country.
Of their country,
they get it.
okay.
But in India, it's legalized. पहले क्या था कि if a guy would have sex with another guy, that would be considered unnatural, and then that person can be put behind bars.
Okay.
तो उन्होंने वो चीज़ legalize कर दी है कि no, if it's consensual sex between
two guys
or
or two girls.
then you can't. It's legal. It's recognized by the government. You cannot be put behind bars for this.
तो ये जो टाबू है ये आपको डिक्रीज होता हुआ लग रहा है इसमें आजकल, मतलब इन आवर कंट्री आफ्टर गेटिंग लीगलाइज्ड नाउ पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड एक्सेप्टिंग इट?
I think more than acceptance, जो अभी फेज है वो है अवेयरनेस का। पहले लोगों को अवेयरनेस ही नहीं थी। एक्सेप्टेंस कम फ्रॉम अवेयरनेस।
Right.
पहले जब बीच में लोगों को पता चलना शुरू हुआ अबाउट LGBT, a lot of people thought that it's a बीमारी।
लॉट ऑफ पीपल अभी भी यही सोचते हैं।
हाँ, कि they think that's a बीमारी।
इन टियर 2 टियर 3 cities if you go they think कि हाँ कोई ना कोई इशू ही है।
Yeah, or it's like a Western disease that people have taken up in our country. तो ये चीज़ है। अभी with awareness, a lot of people have realized that it's natural. It's not something that it's not a bacteria that comes and bites you. It's not a infection. It's not that you stepped on something and you became gay and or lesbian overnight. No, you're born with it.
नहीं but हमने देखा है cause like we know most of people जो after marriage after kids they realize that they're gay
Yeah.
or like they are not into the
रियलाइज भी कर भी लेते हैं तो दे जस्ट कॉम्प्रोमाइज
no नहीं वो पहले होता था but अब मेरे ख्याल से now people have started accepting like we know people ठीक है
I know. I also know a lot of people who have gotten married and after
had
getting married,
babies.
they realize that
babies के बाद
attracted
हाँ
to women.
so now उसके बाद now they have realized कि no we don't like we want to be in that phase की मतलब not a phase but yeah now they have realized that they are not in like opposite sex attraction anymore
Yeah.
and they want to and they don't want to continue that like they have made up their mind कि नहीं हम लोग मतलब ये झूठी जिंदगी नहीं जीना चाहते हैं which मतलब मेरे से पूछोगे तो that's completely fine ठीक है क्योंकि भैया एक लाइफ मिलती है and I think you should live as per your vision.
I think now people have become courageous and people also for everyone it's about their own satisfaction and happiness. So nobody wants to be in a compromised situation for rest of their life and I mean it's fortunate or I mean I feel it's unfortunate as well because you just need to be very sure about your decisions about what you do because in the whole process I see a lot of gay men who have married women and it's kind of like playing with somebody else's life and in India it's marriage is about two families so in the process you're hurting a lot many people and the legal battles are not easy in our country so you get stuck in that so it takes a lot of again for even for that gay guy probably who's trying to get out of the court settlement or file for a divorce it's a lot of humiliation it's a lot of
humiliation plus it will be a not a win-win situation for that guy only.
I mean
For anyone actually for anyone
if
it's a lot of trauma
gay guy marries a girl then if he goes for a divorce then maybe he will not win the case
but then I know cases where a gay guy has genuinely married a girl because the girl didn't want to get married but she is like her family is something after her life and she probably sees that okay this way I will get a better life I'll have independence
I can do
and my husband also and I'll probably will have a baby that's it so they don't have physical relationship but they live as friends so all sort of marriages
but that's a contract
वो तो understanding
but that's a contract kind of a thing कि भैया तुम अपना जियो तुम अपना करो मैं अपना करती हूँ but yes we'll be together as a friend and ठीक है ना मतलब क्या चाहिए
for the world will be like
फैमिली के लिए बच्चा अडॉप्ट कर लिया या बच्चा जो भी कर लिया जैसा भी हो गया ठीक है जो भी जिसको वो लगता है ठीक
but अब बहुत awareness है because of awareness the parents are also very confident and open the kids are also very confident like हमारी generation में it took me like 30 years to come out in today's time like the other day I met a friend of mine she has a 12-year-old daughter 14-year-old daughter and she was telling me that my daughter is figuring out if she's attracted to guys or if she's attracted to girls so I'm giving her that time to understand so when I heard this conversation from somebody who doesn't come from a very affluent background and like a regular girl I found that like that's a real victory
but that's really good ना कि 12 साल की लड़की अपनी मॉम से बात कर पा रही है and the mom is also understanding like which is a नहीं यार मॉम तो ओपन है चलो ठीक है बिकॉज आज की डेट ऐसी हो रखी है कि नॉलेज एंड इन्फॉर्मेशन इज वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल बट 12 साल की लड़की अपनी माँ से बात कर पा रही है दैट्स अ बिग अचीवमेंट दैट्स अ वेरी बिग अचीवमेंट
so I feel that's like a huge victory and that has happened come with awareness and I think ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि पेरेंट्स भी इसको समझें because then हमारे टाइम पे यही होता था कि बहुत सारे बच्चे एक्सप्लॉइट होते थे इसकी वजह से that if a guy getting molested by another uncle or somebody in the family or neighbor he wouldn't tell and even if that thing would come out the parents would suppress it कि हम क्या बोलें so it's better that to have these your gender identity your sexuality orientation conversations in I'm not saying that when a child is 4 or 5 but when they hit puberty 11 12 start having these conversations with your kids so that they also feel that I have a secure space in case something goes wrong tomorrow I can discuss with my parents and the parents can also keep a close watch at what's happening
but do you think कि sex education has a direct relationship with this topic where kids can talk to their parents because हमारे जैसे हमारे देश में हमारे उसमें तो sex education है ही नहीं openness ही नहीं है so do you think it's correlated
हाँ, definitely.
It is
Definitely.
absolutely. It is important
अगर
to
आप,
have these conversations with your children and वो बच्चों से ही sensitization शुरू होगा.
ये फर्स्ट स्टेप ही है सेक्स एजुकेशन इस चीज का.
If we educate our children from now on and sensitize them कि ऐसे नहीं, ये भी होता है, gender is only not a man or a woman, there is transgender also, there are so many other genders which can happen in school and which can happen from home also. I think there will be in next 100 years we'll see a completely different country.
Yes.
So I think it's a beautiful time to be in India, and like a lot of people ask me that there's so much of intolerance, but if you see, like, the LGBTQ community is flourishing in our country, and they are getting absorbed in mainstream. They are in every good job, in every creative
field, every good field, like every what do you say, growing field.
Exactly. And
every growing field.
And the government has never done anything against them. You go to any Middle Eastern country, you say that you are gay or lesbian, you see what the government does. You'll be put behind bars, you'll be killed.
Yes.
You'll be. I mean, here the parades are happening. There are gay nights happening.
Our country is
Do you
very much.
remember when we went to Dubai? You were so scared.
Exactly, I was so scared.
He was actually scared. We went to Dubai together. He was scared.
If you are in this country and you are of a different orientation, you are respected. You have rights.
Right.
You have protection of the state, and you're not discriminated. As per law, you're not discriminated. Now, of course, people's perception will take time.
See, 100% people will never accept it. If you even talk about 100 years from now, then also people will have that taboo kind of mindset.
But that's not only in India, no, that's everywhere.
But
That's everywhere.
That's what I'm talking about. It's everywhere. So 100%.
And education has nothing to do with it, first of all.
Education has.
No, education has nothing to do
Your
with it.
mindset and your perception has to do with it.
No. Yes, but education has nothing to do with it.
But if you can't
You are never taught ki what is acceptable, what is not acceptable.
No.
It's up to you what is acceptable.
You have to find out yourself. Your preferences, you have to find out. You have to figure it out yourself.
I'm talking about the other person.
But the first step is when you start talking about sex, when you normalize the topic कि हाँ भाई हम सेक्स के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. पहले तो बच्चा इसी चीज से कंफर्टेबल नहीं होता ना. इस चीज से आप कंफर्टेबल करोगे तभी तो प्रेफरेंस के बारे में बात करेगा.
चलो, कमिंग बैक टू आवर टॉपिक, एक चीज पूछनी थी मेरे को आपसे. What is the worst homophobic joke you have heard, if you have heard any?
Don't remember homophobic joke, but I think people have a lot of misconceptions about homosexuals, like especially gay men. पहले होता, I don't know about if it's still there or not, but a lot of like if a straight guy meeting a gay guy for the first time, he would think that okay, that gay boy will start hitting on me. Why would he hit on you? Because like a gay guy has way more options than a straight guy. The chances are that gay guy would get hit by more straight men than you. So I think most of the gay men or homosexuals are very decent. They don't start hitting on anyone they meet. It's not that.
But you're right. ऐसा होता है. Straight men do think that कि भाई ये गे है, शायद ये हम पेट करेगा.
So there's a very popular like a joke or a saying. वक्त मुझे छेड़ेगा, मुझसे बात करेगा, मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं कैसे पैसे भाग लूँगा.
नहीं, but I think if a gay guy hits on me, it's a big compliment. I actually.
It is. I mean,
it's a big compliment, bro. ठीक है ना? Because they know how to dress, they know how to speak, they know how to they know shit. And if they like you, that means you're good looking. You are
you have something.
You have something in you. ठीक है? Like he said, they have way more options than you. कभी आप पे किसी straight man ने hit किया? बहुत.
Yeah. Lot of married men, lot of straight guys. But also again the thing is that people are very experimental these days, and they don't mind exploring it. पहले जैसे I am telling about myself, and I told you that I thought it's a bimari in early 90s. Now if I would feel something, I would have an option to explore it and get done with it. So that's the whole thing. And now if people feel something like you want to travel, you'll book a ticket to travel.
Right.
You just want to live that experience. So if tomorrow you feel attracted to a boy, you will probably explore it with a boy and see कि ठीक है, हो गया, मैंने वो कर लिया. People don't want to just park it on a side and keep thinking about it.
लटका के नहीं रखेंगे.
And now that people have options,
Yeah.
the world is accessible on your mobile phone. you have so many options, so people do it.
अच्छा सर, एक चीज़ मेरे को और पूछनी थी आपसे कि जैसे कुछ लोग इस लाइक आपकी कम्युनिटी को, लाइक LGBTQ कम्युनिटी को रिलीजियस सेंस में भी लेके आते हैं कि इट्स नॉट एज पर देयर रिलीजन. तो हाउ डू पीपल शुड, लाइक हाउ कैन पीपल रिस्पॉन्ड टू देम दोस क्वेश्चंस एक्चुअली?
So again, as I said that मतलब एक बहुत बड़ी मिसकम्युनिकेशन है या बहुत बड़ा मिथ है कि this is unnatural. Again, like it's not a choice. You don't become gay overnight, or you don't become your orientation doesn't change overnight. It's there in you. You're born with it. So it's absolutely natural. So if that God has it has been, I have been made by the same God who has made you. So I think that is one thing that we should remember, that we all are the children of the same God. So there's no discrimination there. If God didn't want this to happen, then why would there be so many people with this sort of orientation? So there's no difference. And secondly, as I said, that every religion has tweaked it as per their convenience. अगर हम इंडिया की बात देखें, I can only talk about Hinduism. इंडिया में बहुत ज़्यादा टॉलरेंस है. All the religious books are full of such instances. Our history is full of such instances, and India has been a very tolerant country to other genders, whether it's transgender, whether it's men seeking pleasure with men, women seeking pleasure with women. It's all over. Whether you go to Khajuraho, whether you see in our history, there's the concept of Ardhanarishwar with Shiv and Parvati. So it's all that, that it's basically embracing every human has a masculine and a feminine side.
Right.
And it's just that acceptance and acknowledging that. Now you see there are so many Hindu priests who get these gay marriages done. So even those priests are like saying that that marriage is a beautiful concept. Like if two people are ready to commit to each other, then gender has no role to play in that. It's in the end, love has to win, and that's how it is.
Acha, and I want to ask you personally,
Okay.
like have you ever been called names, or like have you been through this thing कि यहाँ पे लोग आपको छेड़ रहे हैं या आपको like gays को people like अब तो better हो गया है. I don't know कितना better हुआ है, but still like जो लोग ऐसे छेड़ते थे या बोलते थे, they used to call out names. तो
मतलब I have never experienced, मेरे को किसी ने मुंह पे कभी नहीं बोला किसी को नाम वगैरह, but I know a lot of people who do that. I've seen मतलब जैसे किसी सर्कल में है और दिखता है कि लोग एक दूसरे को बोलते हैं, तो मेरे आंखों के सामने बहुत ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स हुए हैं where straight people have made fun of gay people, और या किसी को बुलाना, because somebody who is very feminine or probably it's like dressed in a certain way, तो बहुत सारे straight लोग का मजाक उड़ाते हैं. तो वो चीज़ें अभी भी अब काफ़ी रिड्यूस हो गई हैं, because I've seen like sometimes children correcting their parents, don't say this is not the term for them, they are also human. So the younger generation is very, very aware, and they want to bring that change. So it's confusing for me also.
But that's confusing, no?
Yeah, that's confusing for me also.
क्योंकि अभी जैसे मैं एक दो documentaries भी देख रहा था कि उसमें people are getting up in the morning and they are saying कि आज I want to be called this.
Yeah.
Like them, they
yeah,
like
yeah.
जो अभी ये concept शुरू हुए हैं. So it's very confusing. Like I think it's very confusing for everyone. कि आज कल को अगर मैं सुबह उठ के मैं बोलूँ कि मेरा आज I want to be called like smart guy. So you can't be calling me smart guy रात सिंह नेगी, or like smart guy this, smart guy that.
मतलब ये एक बहुत this is again like very popular in West, and it's catching up in India also.
Yeah.
And people are doing that, of course, with there's so many changes happening in the whole concept of our perception of gender. तो उसमें बहुत सारे changes हो रही हैं, and धीरे-धीरे these things are coming. So of course it will take time for everyone to understand and follow these properly. Like I tell you my personal experience. I'd gone for an interview to one of the companies, and the owner was like an old man, but somebody who has worked with all the leading corporates in the world. And he asked me a question that what do you do and all those things, and then he asked me if you are married. So I said no, I'm not married. And then he asked me why. So I could have earlier I used to avoid that question, but now I tell them clearly that time I told him that because I'm gay and I'm not interested in women. So he was like, oh, okay. He got up, he opened the room, and then he screamed at his the team that was sitting outside that this guy is gay. Will you guys be comfortable working with him?
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. So I was taken aback, and I didn't know how to answer that.
Wow.
And I walked away. And till date, I'm very angry about the fact that why did I not retaliate?
Do you know that gay people are called as meetha?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I heard that in Goa when I had gone to Goa, and that's when I heard. अरे वो तो मीठा है. When I looked at that direction, अरे मीठा. Then I saw two gay boys standing, like very feminine, gay two guys, and that's when I realized. So they call meetha good and all those things, but
that doesn't bother you?
at first I didn't know like why are they calling him meetha.
वो तो मेरे को आज तक समझ नहीं आया कि why. Why?
He was, but I don't know. I mean, meetha good. Why do they refer gays as meetha good? But that's like some segment of people.
And इसमें जैसे ये में भी एक कपल में जैसे एक मेल फीमेल होता है, तो इसमें कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं?
बहुत टिपिकल सेटअप पे बात करें तो कि one guy will be the dominant one and one guy would be the submissive one. But then apart from that, then there are guys who want to play both the roles of a man also and a woman also. So there are couples like that as well. And now, of course, it has gone. Now I see cross-dresser couples also. I see transgender couples also. So people are, the whole norms are changing.
And what do you think about जो लोग अपना ऑपरेशन करा के अपना सेक्सुअलिटी चेंज कराते हैं?
I think to each his own, because some people are definitely not comfortable with the body that they have, and they want to get out of it. So I think it's beautiful, and I've seen like beautiful transformation of many men.
I was just seeing an interview yesterday. जिसके अंदर there was a guy who turned out to be a woman and very good looking.
But like again, of course, it's a very expensive process.
Yes.
And also, it's a huge. It's a permanent change. So emotionally, psychologically, it puts a lot of impact.
But I think जो psychological impact पहले आ चुका होता है जो teenage में, अब उसको embrace करके carry forward करना easy हो जाता है उस change के बाद, I guess.
हाँ, but I think it just something that people, like whoever goes through it goes. Like me as a guy, I'm very comfortable with my body. I wouldn't want to convert into a woman or change his body into something.
Right.
But a lot of people are not. But उसमें क्या होता है कि like as I suppose today I've talked about myself. Suppose I'm a guy, I want to become like a woman. I want to have a body like a woman. So I can only perceive that how my body is going to be. But when you start the process, there are hormonal changes. I've seen with a lot of people who take hormones and all, and during the surgery, their voice changes. Obviously, your voice will change. It will not become like a अभी जैसे है वैसे नहीं रहेगी. Like a girl's voice. So that happens. Sometimes the hormones don't work exactly the way it's supposed to. So the body kind of doesn't accept, and then when those changes are happening, you are neither a woman, you're not a man, right? So again, you're not able to get out, you're not able to be out and about. Because also hormones are creating mood zones in your body. It's affecting your body in certain way. Some days you're feeling very low. बहुत psychological changes होते हैं उस time पे, hormonal imbalances होते हैं. So a lot of people are not able to take that. And in the past, I know a couple of people who have committed suicide in that transition. Because they didn't know how to handle this.
Mental trauma बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है.
बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. And I think पहले होता भी इसलिए था because people are all alone. If somebody is going through that process, was all alone. Now of course everybody has such a huge family of support around them. There are special communities, there are special self-care groups, and everybody has friends. So now it's definitely better.
तो ठीक है, आज हमें काफ़ी चीज़ें पता चली.
So Ankur sir, what is the one statement that you want to give to our viewers
before ending the podcast?
So I mean, if you come across anyone who has a different sexual orientation, any gay man or a lesbian or a transgender or a cross-dresser, I know society has changed and you probably want to do something to make that person feel comfortable. But my advice would be that unless and until that person has asked you to treat that person in a certain way, just let that person be. Like, you don't have to be extra cautious or extra sweet or extra alert around that person. Like how you would treat your friend or your family or your siblings, just treat that person like that. You know, and if that person wanted to get treated in a certain way or being addressed in a certain way, that person will tell you. So just make that person comfortable, how you would meet a fellow human being. That's it. Just convey that extend that warmth, extend that love that you would extend to your friends or family, or the basic courtesy that you would extend to any stranger who comes to meet you.
So we'll end this podcast with this strong message by Ankur sir.
Thank you guys.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Ankur sir, for coming, giving us your precious time on a Sunday.
Especially on a Sunday.
I had good fun doing this.
Same here, same here. Chalo, okay guys, so
we'll see you
next time, and please do like and subscribe to our channel, and see you tomorrow.